Hello everyone. Today I want to make a little video where I show you guys a new tool I just got that hopefully will really help me maintain these bike trails. So if you've watched my channel before, you probably know that to help maintain these mountain bike trails down here at Traverse des Sioux Park, I had a gas-powered backpack leaf blower. In the fall, the trees obviously lose a lot of leaves in this area, and the best way to find the trail is to see where the leaves have been moved off of it. And if the leaves are not cleared well from the trail, it's really hard to see where the trail goes. And I really struggled over the past few years using that gas-powered leaf blower. There's just so many things I don't like about it. I'm not great with small engines and keeping them running. I hated mixing the gas. I hated the loud noise. I hated how smelly I would be after I used it. So I really didn't like to come down here and do the leaf blowing all that much because the leaf blower was just difficult to use. And then this spring, when I was down here cleaning up the trails, the backpack, the gas motor just totally died. I don't remember exactly what fell apart, but it was not really easily repairable, so I just gave up on it. And then this summer, Greenworks came out with a new Ultra Power 60X range backpack leaf blower. And I thought, well, all right, this is the time to give that a shot. So that's why I'm down here today, is to try out this new battery-powered brushless motor backpack leaf blower from Greenworks. And I'm really excited because it'll mean all of those things I don't like about the gas-powered leaf blower are gone. But what I was really concerned about is, does this have enough power to clean the leaves and sticks off the trail? And can I make it all the way around one segment of the trail in all the batteries I have that can fit in here? And this backpack leaf blower can handle 2 batteries. And in this case, I have 2 of their largest batteries, which are the 8 amp hour batteries. I think they're like 6 pounds a piece, which is another concern I have, is this gonna be too heavy with 2 of these largest batteries they have on it? But I think with the backpack style, I think it'll be okay. And obviously the other question a lot of people will have is, how long is the run time on something like this? Well, that definitely depends on what size batteries you have, if you have 2 of them, how much you pull the throttle, and how often you use the turbo button. So there's no really better way to find that out besides just giving it a test. And even though I really haven't used this at all yet, there are a couple of things I like. The backpack, I've put it on my back, it fits really well. It's nice and snug, it's more comfortable than the gas-powered leaf blower I had. And also the fact that you can pop this side piece off really easily. All right, maybe not so easily with one left hand. Squeeze this slides right off, which makes it so much easier for storing and hauling it in the back of my car. All right, that's enough talk about the leaf blower. Let's give it a shot and see how it performs on the trail itself. Oh, before I get going too far here, I should check what time it is so I can see just sort of in general how long these 2 batteries will last down here. According to my watch, it is 10:14. All right, let's go. The first thing I really notice is that it is so much quieter and so much easier to start than the gas-powered mower. I can just pull the trigger, it goes, let off the trigger, it stops. One little thing I was a little surprised about is that when I pull the trigger, there's a tiny bit of delay some of the time before the fan kicks in. I was expecting it to be a little bit more immediate. I think I'll get used to that really quickly, not a big deal. The other thing you'll notice, the trees haven't really lost many leaves yet, so the trail is pretty lightly covered. So it's not a true test of the power of this leaf blower. But if I keep up with the trail blowing the leaves off of it regularly because it's more convenient, then it doesn't have to have quite as much power. So another wonderful thing about this battery-powered leaf blower, if I'm doubling back on myself like I am right now, I just let off the trigger, no noise, not using the batteries, not using anything. I can just walk a little bit. And then when I get back to where I need to leaf blow, just pull the trigger And there it goes. So is this as powerful as a gas-powered backpack leaf blower, like a top-of-the-end-line model? No, it's definitely not. You can see that if you look up the numbers on the website and compare it to the different backpack leaf blowers. But what I'm trying to figure out today is it good enough for what I need it to do? All right, so that area there was a little bit thick and extra heavy with leaves and packed down. So I decided I'd use the turbo button a bit there, and it did a great job of getting it nice and clean. All right, just double checking, that looks pretty good. Now that I've been walking around doing a little bit of this trail, I just wanted to report that so far, even though the backpack's fairly heavy, it's well built and it's very comfortable, and I'm not noticing any issues with it so far. Now, maybe tomorrow I'll have a bunch of neck pain and back problems, but so far so good. Let's keep going. I forgot to mention this at the beginning of the video, but I should mention it now, that Greenworks did not pay me to make a review video of this. I went out, bought it completely with my own money, thought it looked like a great product, and before I decided to use it, I thought I should make a video about it because I didn't see many, if any, YouTube videos or reviews on this because it was fairly new, just came out this summer. All right, it is now 10:42, and I forgot exactly when I started. It was like 10:13, 10:15. Anyway, I'm somewhere approximately halfway around this trail loop, and I'm curious how the batteries are doing. If I pull the trigger a little bit here, it looks like I'm down to 3/4 of the battery. So I'm pretty confident I won't have any issues making it around this trail section in one charge of the two 8-amp-hour batteries that I have. But I'm also a little bit curious, if I look at each individual battery, what do their statuses say? As far as I understand, it's supposed to use one battery first and then flip over to the other. But let's check on the batteries and see what they say. And I'll push the little button. That battery is 3/4 full, and this battery is also 3/4 full. Okay, so whatever I read must have been not for this leaf blower, because it looks like it's draining both batteries at the same time. And I'm supposed to be able to fire up an app on my cell phone and talk to these specific batteries over Bluetooth, but I'm having trouble getting that app to work. Every time I log in, it just says failed. So not sure what's up with that. I'll have to look at that some other time. Okay, let's get back at it. Well, that was a very thick section of leaves from this big, I think, cottonwood tree. And even without using the turbo button, it currently today, with the current conditions, I had no problem moving those leaves off the trail. All right, based on the time, I think it's been about an hour since I started this. Gonna have to go back and check when I actually started. Almost done with this full lap on this section of trail, which happens to be Trail E, which is somewhere around 2 miles. And the GoPro battery didn't last, so I had to swap that out. But the battery, as you can see here on the leaf blower, is still saying 2 out of, oh, it's just dropped down to 1 bar out of 4. So I'm pretty sure I'll be able to make it to the end, so let's keep going. All right, that's it. This is back to where we started, and we still have 1/4 of our battery left. All right, so now that I've been using this, let's see, how long did it last? It's now 11:17. And that was basically walking the whole trail, using the throttle, like full throttle the whole time, except occasionally I would stop and talk to the camera. Other than that, it was pretty much using it the whole time for an hour. And at least with the batteries I have, 2 of the 8 amp hour batteries, it was able to do the whole trail. So I'd say that was a success. That's exactly what I wanted out of this. Of course, I'm gonna have to see how well this does when the leaves are a little bit thicker. And later on this fall, I'll have to give it another try and maybe make another video and see if it's any better or worse. I can also say now, after using it for an hour, while it is a fairly heavy backpack with the 2 8 amp hour batteries in it, it wasn't at all uncomfortable. It wasn't significantly different from the gas powered backpack, which did get sort of uncomfortable after a while, especially because it did a lot of vibrating. Maybe some of the newer ones wouldn't vibrate so much, but the old one I had vibrated a ton. And it would also struggle with 1 tank of gas to make it around this loop of trails. And if this made it without any problem with these batteries, then that's even better. Of course, one of the downsides to having a battery operated is that I can't just walk back to my car and fill it up again, unless I had another set of batteries there, which does get quite expensive. I just have these 2 and I want to see if I can get everything done with those. So I'll have to, once they're fully drained, I'll have to go back home and charge them, have some lunch, and come back and do another loop of the trail. So I'm curious if you guys have any questions about this that I can hopefully answer. Definitely leave them down in the comments, and thanks for watching.